A couple of days ago and I let it dry out a little bit, which I shouldn't have done. So we're gonna cut it. Came all the way from Mexico, so all right. So we're going to just clean it and remove, well, clean it and peel it, I guess. Go ahead and just slice it down the middle. Any discoloring we will remove. Just scrape the gel. Put that right there. Now the reason I'm doing this fresh aloe vera gel tutorial hand sanitizer is because I have seen so many bad ones done. And yes, you can use fresh, but there's some rules I want you to remember. Natural and fresh requires some kind of preservative. Not just sometimes, but always when water is concerned. So you have fresh water, that's water. This gel is probably 99% water. And it does have soothing properties and it is wonderful on the skin. But in order to make a proper hand sanitizer, one that's going to break the membrane surrounding the capsule, whatever you want to call it, around the COVID virus, you need a few things. You either need to break it with soap and water or alcohol or bleach or peroxide. All of those things have been shown by the CDC and the World Health Organization to be effective against this particular virus from the research that I've read. Now, it hasn't been around a long time. So there's a chance that you're going to get some misinformation out there. Now, using 90% or having a minimum of 60% alcohol does not mean that's what your ingredient needs to be. That's what the total alcohol content of your formulation needs to contain, which means that you can only have 40% alcohol gel. If you are using 99%, 99.7 I think is what I've got, alcohol. So if you are using 70%, you can only use 10% aloe vera gel in your formulation. Okay, because you need that 60% to stay true. You need that. You need your 60% because there is a chance when you're out and about that you could come in contact with COVID, and if you want to make sure that you kill it and don't just bring it home with you, that you have a proper cleanser. All right, so there's aloe vera gel. Most of that I'll probably freeze. So let's measure off 30 grams of this aloe vera gel. Let me show you what 30 grams of aloe vera gel looks like. It's not a lot. Oops, still got some skin on there. That's 50 grams. So let's take off a quarter of that. That's 32 grams. That's 31 grams. That's 29. So let's add a little bit back because we want as much of it as we can. See if we can get it right on 30. Because 60 is the lower end of the spectrum. That is the lowest end of the spectrum that you can have a sanitizer that's going to kill COVID at. Now, it may kill other bacteria, but it won't kill that virus. There we go. Close enough. All right, so there is the amount of maximum amount for 100 grams. Or you could, the reason I'm doing it with 30 grams is so that you can see what 100% looks like. So 30 grams would be, I'm going to put it at 70 just to give us a little bit of some leeway here. So let me just grab my alcohol and we'll finish this formulation. All right, so I got this one at a pharmacy, Rexall Pharmacy here in Victoria. To go on a special wait list and know the right people, because right now it's hard to find it. And the fact that I'm providing quite a bit of this for no charge. Here's my 99%. You can see that? That's what we're using for this. So we're going to measure out 70 grams. And I have 29 grams of that, which will bring us back up to 70, which is where I want to be. So we'll just zero that. So that's 70 grams of 99 and 30 grams of the aloe vera gel. Let's see what this looks like. Now I've got an immersion blender that's very, very small. So we're going to use that to mush this all up. Had it already. Oh, there you are. So this is my blade. Kind of hard to find this one. You can find it if you look really hard. I think Starfrit, or what is it? What's the brand? Norpro makes it. I'm just going to disinfect this again. Spray. Now I'm not worried about those other little bits. Alright, so see what I've done there? Now I am going to strain out all the solid bits. And we'll discount that and see if that leaves us enough wiggle room for our formulation. Alright, so we got about 12 there. 14, 15. See if we can get some more to go through. 18, 19. So let's put a little more of that gel. 30, 29, back to 29. save that for another project. So we have aloe and we have our alcohol. Now look at the viscosity of those. Does that look like gel to you? No? That's because it isn't. It is not gel at all. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a little bit of the polygel carbomer, and we're going to let that help us to create an actual gel. But if you're just at home and you have aloe vera and you have alcohol, mix the two together, store it in your fridge, and you're done. All right? Put it in a spray bottle. It's not going to clog. Because you took out all the solids, you're good to go. Now I want mine to smell nice. So I have chosen for this project, because I was going to use this for a actual soap, and I will probably come back to this as an actual soap, but we're going to make this one chocolate orchid. So I'm going to put a couple of drops of this, just a few drops. Let me get my syringe. I have a whole series of orchid stuff coming out, so this will just be the first of the orchid series. I like to keep that on there. Just seems to seal it in a little better. All right, so we have a chocolate orchid scented alcohol, which is nice. And so this is a low pH product. We're going to do a 0.5%. Yeah, we'll try 0.5%. So I need a different scale. It's handy. I want one of those scales that has both the larger and the smaller. One of these days I'm going to get one. Totally going to get one. I'm really not sure where to get one though. It'd be nice if it printed off my labels too. That would be really cool. Of course, I'm thinking of a thousands of dollar one, I'm sure. So we are just going to tear that. All right. So I'm going to go with 0.3% of German 2. Well, I'm going to have to double my batch, but that's okay. I will do that because I've got 0.7. Okay, this is going to have to be really careful. Okay, I'm going to go with 0.3. That. Oh, looks like it's 0.4. Which means it'll be a firmer gel. Really, polymers are fun to play with once you get them. Oh, that smells amazing. See what happens when we pour it into here. Oh, looks like we're going to get a nice little gel. I love it when things work out so nicely. Gorgeous. It's not a thick gel, but it will do. Let's see. It's got a little bit of body to it. Just that little bit of carbomer. You can go up to 1%. And I bet if I raised the pH just a titch, it would thicken up a little bit more. And because I've got about a 10-gram leeway there, micellar water. This is my favorite micellar water. This is my #1, made with African black soap and quail eggs, and oh, it's the neatest stuff ever. Okay, let's just do a quick sanitize and wipe down. Let's try one more time to make this a little bit thicker, just because people like gel. They do. They really, really do. So I can go up to 10 gram. I want to try to do it with as little as possible, so we'll do 1 gram at a time. 2 grams. That's neat. Not only are we adding a thickener and raising the pH, but we're also adding some soap, which will also boost the viral killing power. So I'm going to go with 5. Now I'm not going to go any higher than that with this. So it's just going to have to be what it is. But, so we'll put this in little spray bottles and it'll be awesome, awesome sauce. Now, because I've used a preservative, it should be okay, but there's still a lot of organic matter there. So I would recommend, especially if you do not have any preservative, I would say on no uncertain terms should this be left out. Just make a little bit every day and take it with you. If you'd have to squirt some of your aloe vera, I would freeze this, process it, put it in an ice cube tray, freeze it, and then refrigerate it when you're out and about. When you're not out and about, take it with you. That's fine. There are some new preservatives out. I haven't done any challenge testing, but this is a new one that is made specifically for products with high amounts of organic. So it's called Yuxel PE 9010. It's a combination of phenoxyethanol and ethihexylglycerin. So yeah, it's pretty heavy duty stuff. And I got it at Lotion Crafter if you're interested in reading up on it and deciding if it's something you want to try. If you have time, do your challenge testing. If you don't have time and this is all you've got is a little alcohol and some fresh aloe vera, refrigerate it. You don't want to give yourself a bacterial issue when you're fighting a virus, because that'll just make you that'll just lower your defenses. All right, so be safe, and let's just bottle this up. Now I am going to add just a touch of peroxide to kill any residual container contaminants. Here's our hydrogen peroxide. This might help thicken it. I don't know. Let's see. I don't know what the pH of hydrogen peroxide is. Ooh, we don't want to add ounces. Yes. I'm going to add 1 gram. We're going to add 2.3 apparently. It doesn't really matter. It's not going to do anything terrible. As long as it's less than 5, we're still in the formulation area. Now, can you see that? Can you see how that separates? This is not going to be particularly pretty. That bottle. So there we go. Probably trim that later. Probably should have trimmed it right now, but I was in the mood. Let's make a little label. My friend Marie got me onto Marie Rama from Humblebee and Me. Got me using washi tape. Okay, find the end. It is super cute. And just put a little Isn't that cute? All right, so let's give it a spray, see how it feels. It smells lovely. Stings my hands. My poor hands. Like it should. I think that is well formulated. So I'll put that in the fridge, just so I don't take any chance, and we'll watch it there. And then when let's do a test on this one, just because so many people are doing it. Let's see if we did it right. Because if I want to come back to this, I want it to work right. We have a few days, and it doesn't usually take all that long, so let me get a fresh pair of gloves. We're mismatched right now, sorry guys. This is an impromptu testing. Okay. So this is a sterile swab, so it doesn't matter that I put that in there. Looks like these are starting to, I don't know. Get lots of it in there. Every surface. And we'll put it in here. Mark it what it is. And we'll show you what it looks like in a week. All right. Bye for now. If you enjoyed this, please click like and subscribe. Please, if you're making something that has any kind of fresh ingredients, do at least a challenge test with Lotion Crafter or whatever you want to use to make sure you're not making something that breeds bacteria. We can't really see the viruses, but we can see yeast and we can see bacteria. All right. Bye for now, guys.